automobile and empower over 50 Ebonyi women with electric tricycles. Training and retraining of the workforce and entrepreneurs. Ministry of Business Development has been created for this purpose. If you come to the area of health, the World Bank's States of States edition of 2019 sampled the infants and maternal mortality rates of all the states and that of Nigerian Federation, and it is gratifying to mention that Ebonyi State is better than average when it comes to infant and maternal mortality, with 47 infant deaths per 10,000 lives birth and 26 maternal deaths per 100,000 birth. According to World Bank, these favorable metrics correlate with above average use of skilled birth attendants in the state. Ebonyi State has comprehensive functional primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare system, with primary healthcare in each of the 171 wards, 13 general hospitals, and solid tertiary establishment like the School of Nursing and Midwifery, School of Health Technology, State Teaching Hospital, Lassa Fever Treatment Center, Emergency Health Center, and Coronavirus Treatment Center. In education sector, the Nigerian Universities Commission, NUC, in 2017 upheld Ebonyi as a state that produced the best JAM candidate in medicine and surgery that gained admission into the university in the year under review, and that is under the leadership of His Excellency Engineer Chief David Gov.Umahi, FNSC FNATE. In the same 2017, the same NUC sampled the local government area in the country out of the 774 local government areas that had the highest number of enrollment into the university. The outcome has it that Ebonyi State produced the local government area that ranked first. This is under the administration of Engineer David Gov.Umahi. WAEC, on its part, had its education index analysis in 2017, and outcomes show that Ebonyi State is one of the 10 best states in WAEC performance. As a presidential nominee to WAEC in 2014, I can tell you that Ebonyi State was at the bottom of the ladder before the coming on board of His Excellency Engineer Umahi. That WAEC index has continued to be in favor of Ebonyi State till today. Besides, school enrollments at the primary and secondary increased astronomically under Governor Umahi. School dropout and street hawking reduced extremely. In the area of infrastructure and environment, I can say authoritatively that Ebonyi State is the Dubai of Nigeria. Actually, one of the twin bedrocks of economic development is infrastructure as well as environment. This is because they attract industrialization, entrepreneurship, and private sector-driven economy. Without boring you with the mention of plethora of projects which enemies could not resist the temptation of applauding, it is remarkable to mention that Ebonyi State has 12 flyovers with double lane each, all of which will be completed before long. 13 modern water fountains, including Africa's biggest flyover, a 4-way light tunnel called President Muhammadu Buhari, that is the most beautiful and biggest in Africa. Shopping mall with over 3,000 modern shops. Multifunctional ecumenical center, biggest ever built by a government in Nigeria. Road concept of concrete pavement of 8 inches thickness with 50 years guarantee. Road network that is available in all nooks and crannies of the state. You need to come and see for yourself. Commercial activities are getting on with the construction and completion of Margaret Umahi International Market, housing over 5,000 shops, biggest in the southeast and one of the best in Nigeria. Airport that is fashioned after Lagos and Abuja, sitting on 4x4 kilometer land with 3.5 kilometer runway targeted at spinning the revenue profile of Ebonyi State like Ethiopia Hair Business. Stadium that will promote the tourism potentials of the state. Let me stop here by telling you that if you Google the map of Africa, you will see Ebonyi State conspicuously shining as a state that has 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. non-stop street lights. I mean non-stop. In agriculture, we have so many agro industries. We have the biggest rice milling cluster in Africa. We have government-procured rice milling industry with a total capacity of 24 metric tons per hour and a total of 32 metric ton capacity per boilers. We have 3 number 5-ton capacity cassava starch plants and 1 number 5-ton capacity cassava flour plants. We have additional 40-ton capacity fertilizer plants procured by the governor in addition to the 40-ton rehabilitated blending plant, all to provide the agro-processing needs of the people of the Southeast. All of these projects are targeted at job and wealth creation and employment for the teeming population. Finally, Ebonyi State has the best security profile. This is because of the security architecture embedded in a form of social security system whereby Ebonyi State is like a construction site where everyone is engaged. I want to use this opportunity to urge NBS to be much more thorough and look at the various indicators of the economic development. That is the way to go. In Ebonyi State, we are in a hurry to move away from the map of the third world states to a first world state. We are not greedy, so if NBS is looking at cheap labor, they should know that China has the cheapest labor in the world. Does that make China's economy the worst? And so, I am thinking they should have an advanced approach that will be favorable to Africa. Let me at this juncture mention that some idle minds are saying that Ebonyi State is owing just because they are overwhelmed by the kind of projects they are seeing. Let them stop deceiving people, because the blind has seen the divine actualizations recorded in Ebonyi State under the administration of Gov.Umahi. It is awesome. It is amazing. The governor has a bold space in the World Leadership Hall of Fame. To God be the glory. Signed, Honorable Barrister Oji Uchenna Oji, Commissioner for Information and State Orientation and Acting Commissioner for Human Capital Development and